uh, Deputy Commissioner Jukes and I have said, no reported cases, but no complacency from that police either.
Sadiq Khan named in Labour controversy. Keir Starmer's surprising reaction stuns MPs. You're not going to believe what just happened inside Parliament. While the media was busy covering the usual headlines, the economy, immigration, the NHS crisis, something else was brewing behind closed doors. And when it broke open, it caught everyone by surprise. Sadiq Khan's name suddenly, unexpectedly brought up in the middle of a Labour controversy. And the reaction from Keir Starmer? Absolutely stunning. Not denial, not defense, but something far more calculated. Let's break this all down, because what just unfolded could have ripple effects across the Labour Party and possibly the next general election. It all started during a tense session in Parliament, where MPs were grilling the Labour frontbench on allegations tied to donor transparency and internal lobbying. Nothing unusual until a Conservative MP dropped a curveball, bringing up a string of meetings involving London officials, private developers, and policy advisors linked to Sadiq Khan City Hall. Now, to be clear, no direct wrongdoing has been proven. But the way this was framed, it was political dynamite. The MP asked, bluntly, "Can the Leader of the Opposition confirm whether the Mayor of London disclosed all meetings related to zoning exemptions granted to Labour-connected firms?" The chamber fell into a hush. Because in politics, sometimes it's not about what you say but how long it takes you to respond. And Keir Starmer? He paused, glanced toward the front bench, looked back, then simply replied, "The Mayor is accountable to Londoners. I speak for the party, not the Mayor's." That one sentence, short, sharp, and deliberately detached, hit hard. Keir Starmer didn't defend Khan. He didn't deny knowledge. He didn't even offer a generic, "We stand by all our elected leaders." Instead, he created distance. And in Westminster that means something. Sadiq Khan is one of Labour's most recognisable public figures. Twice elected Mayor of London. A voice of the progressive urban wing of the party. Often framed as a symbol of modern Labour's diversity and inclusivity. So why didn't Starmer have his back? Some political insiders believe this is part of a calculated strategy, Starmer continuing to reshape the Labour Party in his own image, even if that means sidelining familiar names. But others see something more urgent. Because this isn't the first time Khan's administration has faced scrutiny over developer influence, planning decisions, and donor relationships. A previous report from The Times raised eyebrows over preferential access granted to certain construction firms during the height of post-COVID city restructuring. Again, no illegal actions proven, but enough to raise questions. And now those questions have landed right at the heart of the Labour leadership. One senior political correspondent tweeted, "You could hear the air leave the room." Starmer's reply was deliberate, and it puts Khan on an island politically. Another political analyst on LBC said, "This is the clearest sign yet that Starmer's Labour is choosing who it wants and who it doesn't for the general election spotlight." And on social media, comment sections are lit up with frustration and curiosity. One user wrote, "So wait, you're telling me Labour's top two public figures are barely speaking when scandal questions hit? This is why trust is so low." Another asked, "Why won't Starmer defend Khan? If he's clean, say it. If he's not, then what's going on?" There's a bigger pattern developing, and it's not just about Khan. In recent months, we've seen Keir Starmer distance himself from a number of Labour figures tied to the party's left-wing, activist base, or metropolitan strongholds. From Diane Abbott to Jeremy Corbyn, and now potentially Sadiq Khan. Starmer's strategy has been clear: reposition Labour as a party of discipline, pragmatism, and middle ground appeal. But the risk? Alienating the very voices that gave Labour its post-2015 energy and, in many ways, its public face. Sadiq Khan isn't just a mayor. He's a political brand. And to see that brand subtly pushed to the edges during a live parliamentary session speaks volumes. A former advisor close to Khan reportedly told The Guardian, "We weren't expecting that answer from Starmer. It sent a message, and not a good one." Meanwhile, Conservative MPs are already seizing on the moment. Tory Chair Richard Holden tweeted, "Even Starmer won't back Khan. Labour's London problem is real and voters can see it." And that might be the new political reality Labour faces. Because now the questions are snowballing. If Starmer can so easily distance himself from one of the most senior Labour mayors in the country, who's next? Keir Starmer's response may have been carefully worded, legally safe, and politically sound. But it's raised real questions about internal trust, loyalty, and how tightly Labour's leadership is holding the reins. For Khan, it could mean more media scrutiny, more pressure from City Hall, and less cover from the top. And for Starmer, it could signal the beginning of a slow but very deliberate reshuffling of who gets to be the public face of Labour in 2025. Parliament has seen plenty of fiery moments this year. But this one, it was quiet, measured, and somehow that made it even more explosive. Because sometimes it's not the scandals that do the damage. It's the silence that follows them.